Okay, what about creatine? We've heard about these tremendous amounts of of weight loss. And what we want to tell you, and I think Louis told me this the other day, is much of that weight loss is muscle mass. So Louis, you go to the gym, right? Mm-hmm. And what you find is you lose this weight, which is great, but your bench press goes down.
Oh, way. Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's bad. In other words, it's muscle loss, not fat loss. Okay? What's going on in your body is we're starving you. And if your body was right, if it was good, if it was doing what we wanted it to, it would say, oh, not enough calories? No problem. That's why I've been storing all this fat on my tummy. You know, it's like the squirrels putting acorns away for the winter. No problem. You need calories, Mr. Body? I'll walk down here, open up the refrigerator. I got calories on my stomach, on my hips, under my neck. It's all stored there for when you need it. But your body is not good at burning fat. That's how you get heavy in the first place. So your body, against our wishes, burns muscle. That means it's catabolic. Muscle burning is catabolic. And instead, we want what Barry Bonds has. We want anabolic. We want to build muscle. Okay? And there are ways to build muscle, and your body will build muscle, but the way to go about it is to give a certain amount of exercise. That will help. But in addition, there are some anabolic things that you can do, and that's what's in the manual. And they are glutamine, whey protein, and creatine. Okay? I'm going to tell you the story about creatine, but we could go into these others as well. And a lot of people don't listen when we put that in the manual. So this is to encourage you here on the videos and out there on the internet. Take your creatine, your whey protein, and your glutamine. Yes?
There are other protein-formed drinks. Some are milk-based, like a whey. There's also rice-based protein, which is non-dairy. Does it matter?
Yes. It turns out that if you want to stimulate muscle mass in a variety of models, the whey protein, the small peptides that are in whey protein, the high-quality whey protein is the best at stimulating muscle mass. But let's go back to creatine. If you take weightlifters, you know, the guys who, kind of do this for a living, they have been studied, and if you have both groups lift weights, the group that lift weights and take creatine build more muscle. So we want you to take the creatine. But the creatine has some other remarkable additional positives. They took creatine because it's part of the energy cycle in the muscle, and they gave it to old men in nursing homes and gave them a test. They asked them to solve puzzles. And after they had the creatine, their ability to solve puzzles went up. It improved their intelligence. Okay, are you listening? Okay. Not only that, so it builds muscle, but it makes old men smarter. Let me see your hands. Let me see your hands, old men. Old men, all right. Okay, let's see. Not old men. That's middle-aged men. Young middle-aged. 50 is the new 20. Don't be laughing now. I have to do your bypass. I could shorten it. All right. Now, creatine also then was given to people with mild brain injury. They said, if it helps the brains of these elderly men, they have people who've whacked their head and they have dizziness or headaches or confusion or anger episodes, and then a small group of adolescents, it decreased their symptoms of mild brain injury, like it had some bruised brain cells that start working better. So then they said, gee, let's take this to a mouse model of stroke. And they gave poor little mice a stroke. Oh, wait a minute, the PETA people logged off again. Anyway, so they gave poor little mice a stroke, and the mice that had the creatine had smaller amounts of brain damage. So it was neuroprotective. Okay? There are a bunch of other brain studies, but then they said, and this is just listen closely to me now. I know you've been ignoring me most of the morning, but listen now. They said, well, this creatine seems so good. Let's just give one group of mice creatine and the other group of mice regular rat chow and see how long they live. And the creatine supplemented mice live 10% longer. If our average lifespan is 70 or 80 years, that's 7 or 8 years additional life. Take your creatine, whey protein, and glutamine. It's anabolic, it helps build muscle, and it'll help you feel better.
And where do you find it? Because you're giving us the technical names, but I
It's-
don't know what I'm buying.
It's in Walmart, it's in
Sam's.
GNC, it's Sam's Club, all of them.
There's powder and I take pills. I take a amplified creatine from GNC, 2 tablets.
Yeah. Now beware, some of the whey protein is, remember that whey protein is derived from milk. Because remember Little Miss Muffet eating her curds, that's cottage cheese, and the leftover milk from cottage cheese is called whey. Curds and whey. Okay? So if you get it, you can get whey protein that has a lot of extra milk sugar in it. That's the cheapest kind of whey protein. Unfortunately, the real cheap whey protein has a lot of this milk sugar, lactose, and can cause upset stomach or diarrhea or cramping. So if you have trouble with whey protein, don't stop it. Get the better stuff.
And I've tried a couple. I found the EAS whey protein that Sam sells in a 5-pound bag is fantastic. It doesn't bother me. I mix it with some ice, 2 big heaping spoons of plain yogurt or vanilla yogurt, either a banana or a peach or an apricot or something, some kind of fruit, or frozen blueberries. One of those fruits I usually don't mix, and I just finished my shake on the way here, and I take some of my supplements and vitamins with it. So the EAS whey protein that Sam's carries is fantastic.
DAF?
EAS is the brand.
And there are others as well, but
Yeah,
it's really, really valuable to you. All of us, even if you're not having surgery here, even if you're just an old man like me.
Well, what about glutamine?
Glutamine, well, I don't want to do all this because we have so much to go through today, but summarizing, if you take sick patients in the hospital, and you could look at burn patients, AIDS patients, ventilator patients, and give them whey protein and glutamine, it improves their ability to have muscle strength, to get out of the hospital, not have complications. So glutamine is the main amino acid in muscle. It's also the main amino acid in the lining of your gut. So take your glutamine, even though I haven't given you the whole story on glutamine. Come back next week and I'll do the glutamine story. But since we have so many people and so much to go through, I'm kind of snipping and, yes?
You get the whey with the glutamine in it?
Yes. Yes?
How many milligrams of glutamine?
What we recommend is that you get it in the tablet form and have anywhere from 4 to 6 a day. To be honest, there's no upper limit. You can just take lots of it. Same thing's true with the creatine. But just what I recommend is have a Ziploc baggie in your pocket during the day, and you kind of have some of the creatine and the glutamine during the day.
Speaking of that.
Okay. Good. Let's see. Other post-op patients I can say hi to? Hi. Do you want to be on TV?
Sure.
Oh, come on up.
You lost a little weight.
You're not one of my patients. Do you want to say hi? Let's see. I'm not recording. I was